Hello, and welcome to Math Made Easy with Mr. S, which is the whole point of this this YouTube channel is to show you that math is easy if you're taught the correct way and you put in your best effort. Okay, today we're going to talk about how to solve one-step equations when they're dealing with adding and subtracting. So the easiest way and best way to learn this, I believe, is just to jump into some examples and just show you step by step from there what the best way to do this would be. So we're going to start with x plus 4 equals 10. Now anytime you're trying to solve an equation, whether it's a simple equation, one step like this, or multi-step equations, which we'll get to down the road, your goal is to isolate the variable, which means get it by itself. And the variable is whatever the letter they use to stand for a number. Okay, so in this case we have x plus 4 equals 10. So our goal is to get x on one side of the equal sign, everything else on the other side of the equal sign. Okay, we're trying to get it by itself. And the way you get it by itself is by doing the inverse operation, the opposite operation. Okay, so what that means is we're adding 4 in this problem. We're taking some number, adding 4 to it, our answer is 10. So since they're adding 4, our inverse or opposite operation is subtract. So if they're going to add 4 to our variable, we are going to subtract 4 from that side of the equation. Because when we take a positive 4 and we subtract 4 from it, we get 0. It goes away. And that's our goal, because we're trying to get this x all by itself. So if we get a 0 here, x is by itself. But we have to remember, if you're going to solve an equation, to keep it equal, you have to do the same thing on both sides of the equal sign. Okay, because if all I do is subtract 4 from this side, I just made x plus 4 equals 10 into x equals 10. I've completely changed the problem. So if we're going to subtract 4 from here, we also have to subtract 4 from this side. Then the equation stays equal because you did the same thing to both sides. Okay, so I have positive 4 and negative 4 cancel out and go away. So I'm left with just x. And then I do 10 minus 4 to get 6. And that tells me my answer to this equation is x equals 6. Good thing about algebra problems, you can always check your answer. Okay, so what I'm going to do to check my answer, I'm going to plug this 6 I just figured out x was in for x and see if it works. So in other words, instead of x plus 4 equals 10, I'm going to make it 6 plus 4 equals 10. And since we know 6 plus 4 is 10, we got the right answer. Okay, that's an example of an addition one-step equation. Okay, next example we're going to do is going to be a subtraction example. Okay, x minus 5 equals 8. So what we have to remember, as we talked about on the last example, we do the inverse operation or the opposite. So since they took a number, which we don't know, and subtracted 5 from it to get 8, the opposite or inverse operation is addition. So if I want to get this x by itself, I want to isolate the variable, I want to add 5 to the negative 5. Because if you take negative 5 and you add 5 to it, a negative 5 plus 5 is 0. Okay, it completely cancels out. And if we add 5 to the left, we have to add 5 to the right. We have to keep the equation equal. Whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other side. Okay, and since negative 5 plus 5 is 0, x is by itself, we do 8 plus 5 to get 13. That means in this problem, our x would be 13. Okay, and we check it just to make sure it's right. So I plug 13 in for x, and 13 minus 5 is 8, so we're right. Okay, because it works when I plug my answer in. Okay, a couple more examples. Now this time I flipped the equation. Okay, instead of having the x on the left, I have the x on the right. Good thing is, it doesn't matter if the equation's flipped, we use the same process. Okay, so when I look at this equation, I see that I'm taking an x and I'm adding 7 to it. Well, if I'm adding 7 to it, remember, subtraction is the opposite of addition. So if they're adding 7, we're going to start by subtracting 7. Because remember, our goal is to try to get x by itself. So the only way I can get this x by itself is to make this 7 go away. And 7 minus 7 is 0. It's all gone. We cancel it out. X is by itself. And if I subtract 7 from the right, I have to do the same thing to both sides, so I subtract 7 from the left. So since these made it 0, x is isolated, it's by itself, so we're good. Then I just do 18 minus 7 to find out that my x has to equal 11 for this problem to work. And then like always, we're just going to plug that 11 in to make sure we check our answer. So I make it 7 plus 11 equals 18, and it definitely does. So we're correct. Okay, last example, we're going to take this equation where we have a subtraction on the right-hand side. Okay, so again, the equation's flipped, but it doesn't matter. We just look at what are they doing, and we do the opposite. So since this is a subtraction problem, the opposite is we add. Okay, so if I have x minus 13, I'm going to add 13 to the side. Because a negative 13 plus 13 will cancel it out, give you 0. So now x is all by itself. It's isolated. That's our goal of solving equations. Well, if I add 13 to the right, I have to add 13 to the left. It's the only way to keep it equal. The only way to make sure we did it right. So x is now by itself. 42 plus 13 is 55. So in this equation, x is going to equal 55. And we check to make sure we're right. So we're going to take this 55. We're going to put it in where the x is. So we're going to do 55 minus 13. We're going to find out that it does equal 42. That means that's the right answer. Okay, so that's a few examples of how to solve a one-step equation when they're adding and subtracting. Okay, hopefully that makes sense to you. If it's still a struggle, or if you find out that anything we do on these videos is a struggle, don't give up. Okay, keep practicing, make up some problems on your own, have somebody make up some problems for you, and just follow the examples in the video. Just don't give up. Okay, keep trying, because it will eventually make sense. The more you do it, the more practice you get. Okay, don't give up. Math is easy if you give your best effort and really try and follow along. Okay, so if you found this video to be valuable, please like it, share it, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment. What do you want me to cover? What did you think of the video? Do you have any questions about it? Please leave comments, and I will, do my best to do whatever those or answer those comments in the comment section. But please like, subscribe, share. Let's make math easy for everyone. And last thing I want to say is have a great day, and please be good to each other. Thank you for watching, and I hope you realize math can be easy. Thank you.